All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the final CTL replay cast of season 20 for Sonic Aftermath. Last week, we lost a heartbreaker to Sonic Swarm in the semifinals. We lost 3-4. It was a really close series. We played really well, but unfortunately, was not in the cards for us to win that one. But this is being the CTL semifinal. We have one more week to play. We've got the third, fourth place match for the bronze medal. So, with that said, we had to play LiT for the third, fourth place match, and that's what me and my good friend Snoopy will be casting this week.
Yep.
All right, so if you are already Snoopy, we're just gonna jump right into it, rapid fire, and as people trickle in, hopefully, if you guys played this week, it was several weeks ago now, but hopefully you guys can watch yourselves play or in a VOD if you miss it. So our very first set is going to be our gold set, gold platinum 3 set. It's a MMR boundary, and our player was the French player Turdio. Been playing for us for a while. Love his motivation. He shows up every week and he prepares, and just a really cool to see him um, be so enthusiastic about CTL and love to compete. So that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Especially players in that MMR range. It's you don't see a lot of them as motivated to play, just because I'm sure they have a tougher time winning games, but so it could get discouraging on ladder. But yeah, Tercio is one of those guys that's definitely was enthusiastic to play in the CTL this season.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, a lot of times in the gold, platinum, the lower leagues, definitely feels like you're on the outside looking in terms of there's just a long way to go in terms of skill of StarCraft 2. It's they're watching people that are so good and seeing yourself at that level can be discouraging, but when we see players like Turdio who so enthusiastic, it is awesome. Okay, so for game number 1, in the bottom corner of Fracture, we have for LiT Annihilation as the purple Protoss.
And in the top left corner of the map, we have the red turn here. Is none other than Tercio.
It's like Drop Optimus, Starry Potato in the chat. How you doing, guys?
A drop. Oh, looks like we got some more people in the chat as well. All right, let's go ahead and see what's up here. We have a TVP on here on Fracture, right? Fracture, yeah, Fracture. One of the maps that's still going, I believe, if I recall correctly. Oh, actually, maybe it was removed.
I forget. I honestly have terrible memory with maps.
Yeah, I haven't played the ladder in a while. I think it was removed though. Maybe I forgot.
You not pushing hard for. Wait, did you get Masters one?
Yeah, I played like one ladder game for the season so far, so
Okay.
haven't had a lot of. Yeah, I haven't played a lot.
Yeah, GM is super low. It's like 5. It's like 51 KMMR right now.
Yeah, it's like yeah, I'm sure it's gonna. Usually, it starts off low in the beginning of the ladder season, but then it usually kind of balances out and climbs up as the season progresses. So
Sure.
I expect it to go higher, anyways. Yeah, but usually the best chance for lower MMR players to get GM is during the beginning of the season. Just gotta play like a lot of games.
Oh yeah. Um, looks like right off the bat we have a supply block from Annihilation. That's gonna delay his first adept, and which means that Reaper coming out has the opportunity to get some probe kills. Although Turdio deciding to take it for a walk, um, that's a missed opportunity for him.
Yeah,
That could have easily been 2, 3 probes by now, so that's unfortunate.
he's just hanging out.
And looks like he still might be able to get a probe. Um,
Oh wow, so generous today.
yeah, not leaving everything on the field for Annihilation, and that one adept will push the Reaper away, although he does keep the Reaper alive to live another day. Looks like we've got Robo first into 2 more gates for Annihilation, and Turdio is going, looks like a, just a FAC starport into Barracks, so pretty standard for both players.
Yeah, but it looks like Churchill is gonna go ahead and maybe get a Banshee here. He does have the starport with the Tech Lab. It might be Raven, but actually, he's just gonna go ahead and just switch it out. Gonna make the Tech Lab on the starport just to switch it out with the barracks to research stim and combat shield, as well as concussion shells later on.
This is actually a missed kind of a uh, something a little inconsistency here from Turdio. Um, he built two tech labs. What is he doing here? Okay, he he's gonna get the Marauder production out faster. Okay, I'm not sure if that was intentional, but seems a little not extremely streamlined here for Turdio in terms of production facilities.
Yeah, maybe he's just wanting to research maybe stim and some other upgrade just to make a timing push. But yeah, this definitely seems a little odd because he's not even researching it. He switched the barracks over, but has not started the research, which means all the upgrades going to be late. And the observer does scout this. It just reached Sergio base here. Okay, there we go. Finally,
Yeah,
stim and combat shield.
so that's unfortunate. The that was a pretty long wait and negated a lot of the advantage that Turdio could have in this timing push to have combat shields and stim out faster. So that's something to recognize from Turdio as he's watching this. Hopefully, reviewing the rep to try to get those timings, get those down because they make a big difference in terms of if Protoss has a couple more units out, then that timing could be largely ineffective. Right now, it looks like Annihilation's pushing out with two Mortals and some Gateway units. And the question is, will Turdio has enough? It looks like primarily his Widow Mine's here to defend as he's picking up with two medevacs, and it looks like he's going to try to go for a drop.
Oh, this is the probably the worst time to actually go ahead and go for the drop as the army of annihilation is just outside the corner of his natural here.
Luckily for Turdio, if he gets some really nice mine hits, does have a chance of hold on, especially considering that Annihilation here is just waiting. Looks like he waited for his Warp Prism to come across the map before poking in, and now he's warping in another round of Adepts. But these medevacs are coming into the natural and the main, and they're totally undefended. But meanwhile, Annihilation moving up here and getting into the natural of Turdio. Mines were not. Looks like he got one off, but he's scanning. Okay, so the bunker goes down, and it looks like those two Immortals are going to power through here, and there's not much to save him. And the drop has to come back to defend this.
Yeah, I think he actually maybe F2'd it because I feel like he was really close to the natural of the Protoss, so it probably would have been better to actually just drop at the natural. But instead, gonna go ahead and try to retreat and try to clean this up. Stim is done. Stim on top, and he forces the recall out of Annihilation here.
Ooh.
Does stays the natural here.
Nice decision making from Annihilation to get that tactical recall back. Or this actually was mass recall at this time, right?
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, nice decision making to pull back with the army and save the two Immortals. Yeah, I think in that position, it's tough to say, but I think Turdio going for the counter drop would have been a better decision. He could have gotten a ton of economic damage because there wasn't anything at home and might have actually forced a recall back.
Yeah, but it's not too bad for Sergio because he did get the dirt while what this was happening. Annihilation did not get the dirt, so he was able to save the natural while getting a third. So if he can just prolong this game a little further, he can probably get ahead economically. But he's actually looking for a fight, and there's a little battle here out in the middle of the map here. He needs to be careful. He needs to retreat here to his defenses.
Yeah, it's not a fight he wants to take yet. He doesn't have enough. Looks like he's producing tanks. And this is an interesting Immortal Adept composition from Annihilation. Don't see that every day.
Definitely
So,
for sure.
looks like Starry Potato in the chat saying, I know who wins. And that is unfair.
Map hack. Oh no, win hack.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
actually
but
not sure. Is that LiT? Yeah, that's Potato. Never mind. the potato.
Yep. Star, one of the stars in Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
All right. So this weighting of annihilation has allowed actually Tertio to put 4 bunkers, which is going to definitely help against this attack here.
Okay, the Widow Mine is juicy, but he needs to get into the bunkers and he needs to siege that tank. Right now, it's 2 Immortals coming up here, and that tank is a goner. Really not prepared is Tertio, and these Immortals and Archons are going to power through here with the reinforcing warp. I don't think there's anything Tertio can do to defend.
Yeah, unfortunately, he made all that bunker, but did not really utilize it as well as he should have. But look, if he can just hold on to this, he's still in okay position, I feel like. But it's gonna be definitely a hard thing to do because actually he's gonna go call GG here. Yeah, that was a pretty difficult army to clean up there. A lot of mortals and a couple of archons there, so unfortunate there.
Yeah, the Biomicro wasn't enough to get that stream to beat those Immortals, because Immortal Archon is pretty strong when the Bio Force isn't at a critical level.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So looks like LiT will take the 1-0 lead so far as we head into this next game in game 2 on Lost and Found. Oh wait, no, not Lost and Found. Parasite. Yeah, Parasite.
Parasite against Wizard. Wizard and Blaze Fort. Nem and Landfear in the chat. How are you doing, guys? Hope you have had a fantastic week. And I'm excited to see Wizard play. Wizard, another guy in these lower leagues who's enthusiastic, great to work with, and, you know, just a nice guy, preps well, and was a pleasure working with him this season. Okay. For game number 2 of LiT vs Sonic Aftermath, we have Wizard in the top corner as the Red Zerg.
And at the bottom right, we have the teal Terran from LiT. It is Blaze Fort.
And Nem saying this is Xeno's favorite map. And unfortunately, we will not get to see cannon action in this game, which is
Oh,
sad.
Lost and Found is Xeno's favorite map.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is Parasite. Yeah, that's.
But I seen Xeno cannon rush quite a bit on this map. Either way, it's one of the maps where he cannons frequently. So
It's a
it's still
really
one of his. Yes, I feel like it's one of his favorite maps at least.
not too many maps that he doesn't that you can't cannon rush on.
That's a good point.
So yeah, seems pretty normal for Wizard and Blaze.
All right, we do have a little SCV scout from Blaze Fort. We'll go ahead and try to scout what's up in Wizard's base, whether he's rushing or not. Now, one of the good signs for you Terran players, level Terran players, is that when you go ahead and scout with the SCV like this, you want to go ahead and stay a little bit in the Zerg space just to scout if they're continuing mining gas, because that could give you a good indicator whether they're looking to go aggressive or whether they are gonna pull the drones off of gas and just research it for or get the gas for speed, and that's it. So as you see, Wizard, he's still mining some gas, got the speed done. So that could be a good hint or indicator that he's gonna either go for a really fast layer or he's gonna throw down a failing nest or roach warren as soon as your SCV leave.
I'm getting a little bit of choppiness. Is it bad for you?
It's fine on my side, although I
Okay.
can see the stream is laggy a little bit.
Okay.
Hopefully, it's not too bad. Do you need to pause it a bit or?
I'm gonna just pause it for a second. Um,
Oh, should I pause it for you or?
yeah,
Oh
I
wait,
paused
actually I
it.
can't pause it.
Wait, it paused for both of us at the
Oh,
same
you did?
time, right?
Oh wait, it didn't pause for me.
Okay, what seconds are you at?
It's continuing at 3:10,
Okay, so we're around the same
3:11,
time. Yeah.
3:12.
This is really, man, it's annoying that I'm lag. Cause streamed last weekend, it was totally fine. It just, I don't. Sometimes lag, sometimes it doesn't. It's annoying.
Maybe this is like maybe this is like the rush hour where a lot of people in
Probably,
your.
yeah. I mean, we got some snowstorms the past couple of days, but I don't think it's enough to cause any sort of internet issues. So it looks like we've got a Liberator coming out for Blaze, and he's going to be looking to go for a mech pressure opening.
Alrighty, with yeah, 4 Hellions on the way. Probably will move out with those 4 Hellions unless he wants to make 6 Hellions and then move out. But usually you make the 4 Hellions and go attack at a certain base and then use the Liberator to siege up at a different location while the Hellions are harassing, and then that will kind of serve for the distraction for Blaze Fort to get some economic damage here. Let's see how much drones he can get with this though.
Looks like the safety roaches are being built for Wizard though, so he shouldn't lose too much to the roaches. And also, Spine's going down at the third.
Yeah. Looks like the stream is actually stabilized, so that's good.
Okay, cool. Nice. A little delay from Blaze, and doesn't look like he's going to be able to get much here. Maybe a tumor if he's lucky. Yeah, tumor. And although that Queen and Spine will push this away. Where is that Liberator? Okay, Liberator is parked for now, and need to see that go in soon.
Yeah. Wow, this Wizard is like super defensive here. Made like 3 spine crawlers.
Yeah, I mean, typically we see the roaches coming out, like the safety roaches to prevent Hellions from doing much, but then also getting spines is a bit overkill. Seems like.
Yeah. Oh, Liberator at the main base, getting some damage done, getting a lot of drones actually. Up to 9, now up to 10, and is counting more while the Hellions are still harassing the dirt. Finally gets thwarted off, but the Liberator is still getting some economic damage done, still sieging up the main. 13 total drones going down. A Wizard not actually moving his. Okay, there we go. Finally moves his queen, and that is good economic damage. Now Wizard did drone up really hard though before that, so he's actually not not too far behind, but he's still behind.
This Liberator will go down, but it got more than enough work. Luckily, didn't get that Queen from Wizard. Lair's done as well. And Blaze Fort looks he's going for a quite a fast third. There's doesn't have a ton out on the map here, and looks like worker count is similar for both players. Although Wizard will have to drone up to replace those he lost.
Yeah, for sure.
And looks like
All right.
Hydrogen is going to be the choice attack for Wizard.
All right. Looks like Hydra it is. Although he probably should get a bit more gas, I think. Those Hydras actually takes quite a bit of gas just to research the upgrades as well as get the Hydra listed. But in the meantime, looks like Blaze Fort is gonna go ahead and try and do a double medevac drop. And what does Wizard have? Actually, he has a good decent amount of army, but I think he should make a bit more roaches. Oh, actually, he's gonna make 5 Hydras, so I think he should be okay here.
And luckily, this counterattack from Blaze Fort is going to get shut down with the 2 spines at the third. So paying off for him here. Not going to lose any more drones there. It's quite good. And taking a fourth as well behind this. The 2 medevacs, again, are just parked. And the key for Wizard, if he gets a good reaction time, he might even be able to get a snipe or something on these medevacs, and that would be huge.
All right, looks like the two double medevac drop is incoming into the fourth base. Will he get the cancel? Looks like the army was a little bit out of position. That will allow him to get. Oh, does not even get the cancel, just get the kill on the hatch. So nice pick off there for Blaze Fort.
Yeah, unfortunate for Wizard not getting the cancel. And that's a quite a delay. Although at the same time, Blaze Fort is on full saturation with two bases, and he needs to start taking his third soon.
Yeah, has not actually decided to lift and landed that. So a little falling a bit behind in on the third base there, which will make the fourth base loss for Wizard a bit more salvageable, more even, I guess, because at least Blaze Four has not taken the third yet. Um, but yeah, looks like the upgrades for Wizard just finally finished, so he's gonna be on 2-1. Oh,
Oops, sorry, I accidentally hit the back.
oh, all right. So
Sorry.
he's gonna be on 2-1 upgrade right now. Yeah, 2-1 upgrade versus 1+1. So that's definitely gonna help his army in these engagements here.
And it looks like Biotank is going to be a choice for Blaze Fort, a style that is pretty intensive in terms of awareness of the position. Um, if you get the tank set up and you work the bio nicely, then it can be very effective. At the same time, if you're caught off guard, it can go very poorly for you versus Roach Bane. I'm sorry, Hydra Roach Bane at this point. So it's a style that requires finesse.
Yeah, definitely requires, like you said, a bit more preparation in terms of splitting and also positioning. All right, finally he does establish his third. A little weird supply depot wall off there, although I think it does make a great kind of a maze there for the tanks to get some good splash damage. So I think he should be okay. Now, if he did face against Banelings, probably a full wall off would have been nice. But in the meantime, let's look at the main base here. There's a little bit of a drop, but does get cleaned up rather easily here. Doesn't take much loss.
Yeah, luckily, not losing any more drones here, and the worker count has stabilized. Wizard will need a few more, I think, to be at a good position, but can catch up soon. I've got 15 drones in the production tab. There we go. Droning up at a perfect time. Yeah, I like that wall from Blaze Fort. It's a nice funnel, and when you get a ton of banelings at a certain point, they'll all detonate on one bunker. And well, I mean, it'll kind of create a funnel in and of itself, but I think it's a nice creative thing to do with supply depots, especially if you're going to have tanks there. And meanwhile, Wizard, now he is establishing his fourth base, and we're getting Baneling speed. That's quite late, but he's still going to have a nice Roach Hydra army behind this. At the same time, though, it looks like Blaze Fort's macro has been a little bit better than Wizard's. He's going to be maxed much quicker. He's up about 20 army supply.
Yeah. However, the thing that is going in Wizards' favor is the upgrades. He's actually on 2-2-1 right now, which is a lot better than the +1-1 of Blaze Force. So the army is stronger, ideally for a wizard. Um, and also, by the way, I like this decision to go for the fourth at the center, because with Terran, they can actually easily drop at the where he getting the fifth base right now with the fifth base hatchery. It's actually really easy for Terran to just like drop at that area and then just lift off to the main. It's just like hard to actually maneuver your army back and forth, back and forth. So expanding to the center is, I think it makes it a bit easier for him to defend. Now, we actually have a wall of sensor towers coming across the map for Blaze Fort. So he has all visions, all incoming vision from Wizard if he decides to attack here.
Yeah, for both players, like their vision sensor towers, that's huge. And then also pretty nice creep spread from Wizard. It's only going down one alley. I would like it for more, but that's still going to give him a decent amount of reaction time whenever Blaze moves out. He's going to be able to respond to that quickly. Drop coming in is going to pull all of Wizard's army up, and that's an opportunity for Blazefort. He's moving over now to go and hit that fifth. So, not sure if that's intentional, but that's a great diversion. He's going to lose the troops that are in that those medevacs, but this is a great opportunity to go snipe the fifth and leave. Although it looks like Blazefort's not going to do that. Now he's moving in, and looks like Wizard is so out of position.
Yeah, I mean, good. Luckily for him, he doesn't actually have a lot of drones at that hatchery, but definitely a win for Blaze for getting down that hatchery. But in the meantime, it looks like Wizards gonna go for that counterattack here.
Ooh, the SEV kills at the third are huge. And this attack is a little bit discoordinated. We've got some going to the natural, some going to the third. It's going to do some nice work. But meanwhile, the Liberator is getting insane drone kills. Worker count plummeting for both players, actually. So some great Baneling connections. And Wizard, he's just waiting. He needs to go into the natural. He can absolutely swamp this right now. Although it's turning into a base trade because that superior army of Blaze is in there. There's nothing to stop it. There's just Banelings, and they can funnel through here.
Yeah, and all the upgrades has kind of evened out here. Oh, Banelings at the trying to clean up a bit of these Marines, but a good split off from Blazefort will keep the majority of his Marines, and that's going to force Wizards to come back to try to save his remaining hatcheries. Muta's actually on the out in the map for Wizard here, trying to snipe off these Liberators. Does get two, maybe? No, actually only just get one here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Mutas, when you got this many Marines, Mutas can go down so quickly. But Blaze Ford, he is down to 18 workers, and he's not mining anything right now. So if Wizard can just hang, although Wizard isn't really mining anything at this point too, so this game's gotten very scrappy very quickly, and I would like to see. Yeah, the thing is, I think that this is the last push for Wizard. If he doesn't make this work, it's not gonna work. Um,
Oh no, the roaches are in kind of in the back here, so a little bit of a sloppy engagement for Wizard, and that's gonna allow Blazefort to get and pick off some of these roaches here. With the Liberators though, it's so hard to break through that.
yeah, I think a little bit more patience was the best option for Wizard there. He has some more Hydras morphing. Wait, try to position your army correctly before you go and attack. Maybe wait for the bio to get separated from the Liberators so you can get the most cost-effective engagement. But as it is, because you know there's no reinforcements coming from Blaze, so if you can just pick off units um, in incremental portions, then you can slowly win. But as it is, there's not enough, and this is still quite a strong army from Blaze.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, just nothing that Wizard can do. And GG, well played there by Blazefort.
So Wizard, I think it really just comes down to he didn't macro quite as well early on. Probably just went to the drones, but Blaze was ahead quite a few, quite a lot of units in army supply. Wizard, I think, made the best of his situation by going for a counterattack, but couldn't quite pull off the journey home to defend, and a little bit of careless engagements there at the end cost him a lot when you're already down in units.
Yeah, I have to agree. But yeah, that looks like Lit will go up 2-0. Just two more wins from declaring the victory.
Yep.
But still a lot more games to go. So let's see how these remaining games play out. Next will be on Asset Plans, which will be our first. Wait, is it our first diamond slot? Yeah, I think it's our
This is
first, right?
the slot
Second
number
platinum.
3, which is the low diamond high plat slot.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. That one also has a MMR boundary, I think, right?
Yeah, 37K, which is probably subject to change, but is the
Yeah,
same.
these. Yeah, I prefer that the next season that the slots are more defined with their leagues instead of MMR because sometimes it can be a little bit confusing to remember which MMR. is the limit.
Yeah, I mean, I personally like it just because it gives us a lot more flexibility in terms of who we can play. If you're playing somebody who's been a plat one and they promote and they're still low diamond, well, they're not going to be able to play in the diamond slot next week, but they can play in that next slot. So there are some pros and cons for sure, but I think in terms of roster, it is a nice um, thing to have.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah.
then I'm sure that there's going to be lots of debate and good counterpoints to that in the off season, which is always good.
Yeah, I'll leave that to the all the officers and captains and admins
Oh
to
yeah,
decide.
it's quite a rigorous process for sure. All right, for game number 3 here on Acid Plant, we've got the Red Terran for Sonic Aftermath, Mastic.
And at the, you know what, we should really, by the at least by the start of next season, learn how to pronounce his name.
Minna?
It was like Mystic or
Oh,
Mystitic or
I know how to pronounce it. I've said it wrong so long that it's just ingrained. It's Mesitic, Mesitic,
Mystitic.
Mesitic.
Mystitic. Okay. All right. Here, here at the top left, we have our blue Zerg player from LiT. It is Vinna. Alrighty. We have another SCV scout.
This reminds me when I was young. I don't know. I was like 4 or 5 years old. I could not pronounce some sort of consonant like liquids. I would say it like wicklids. So I'd constantly be asking for that. Can I have some wicklid? And my father told me, I'm not going to give you anything until you can say it right. So I was standing there for like 5 minutes trying to say it, and
Wow.
I couldn't make it, and eventually just gave me something because I needed it. But it was like a struggle. Like I'm physically trying to say that consonant and just not being able to do it. It's funny.
Oh wow. That's some tough dad, tough love there.
Yeah, I mean he gave me some, but it's just like I, it was to the point where I was like way too old to be saying it like Wicklids, but
But
so
you eventually found. I mean, you really eventually, got it right. I
yeah,
think,
the
right?
moral of the story is we'll get his name right eventually. So
Yeah.
um so yeah, we've got TVZ on Acid Plant. TVZ in the top 6 of the matchups, StarCraft 2. Um for sure.
Yeah. Looks like a speed is almost done. Vinna still mining some gas there, but does go for the dirt base as well. Reaper does scout this.
And looks like a 1-1-1 possibly for yeah, from Mestic here. And quite a bit of bio.
Yes. Yes, looking very much like that two
Sorry,
medevac
two one
marine
one. There
drop
we go.
there. Yeah, so that stem timing is halfway done. So Starport should be switching and swapping out with the factory for that double medevacs, and we will probably see that looking very much like it.
Yeah, and I mean, I gotta mention Mestic, undefeated this season. He is a actual god in the CTL, um, and definitely I think, well, him and Pensai are MVPs in my mind for this season. In terms of getting us this far, because it's just consistent winning. That's something that you need in a CTL to win a CTL season as players who can you can count on to win a set. And so far, Mystic has been that player, has not dropped a map since, and looking to have a pretty strong timing in this game. Will he keep that streak alive for all season? Go something like 8-0, which would be insane, or 9-0.
Yeah, that would be crazy because In the CTL format, your opponent does get to scout you. They get to see your previous games from the CTL, as well as sometimes even your latter games. And so, to be able to win that many games straight, it's pretty impressive for sure.
Exactly. And looks like Mestic coming in here with this little push. He's stimming in here. There's a lot here, though. He needs to pick off and lift off and get away here while he can. Lost a couple Marines. Focus fire down a couple of Banes. But this is a lot of um, Lings, Banes out here for this time. Looks like he cut a few drones, but no, he's building them now and going into Spire. Okay, interesting. So this is the Ling Bane Spire style that we've been seeing a lot more lately.
Yeah. Oh, it does get a few lings there for free, so that's pretty nice there. But we'll have to be careful about these banelings. Although there are slow banelings, but they're on creep, so okay, not too bad.
Yeah, and that's so far with that push was okay for Mestic. Lost some Marines to get a bunch of Lings.
I feel like he needed to do a bit more damage because he's not actually made a. He just started his third base, and yeah, he just with that build, you definitely want to get a bit more damage than just a few lings.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him try to drop into the main once he saw the third was locked down like it was, and see if he can find some damage there. And this, wow, this push got shut down immediately there with a nice Baneling connection. Vinna is coming in here with some Lings to try to push away. Ooh, this is really smart. Mystic moving out with these Marines, and the supply depot is open. Okay, I thought the Lings were going to go in there. Decide to swing back. But yeah, worker counts are even. So in Mestic with that third base will be able to get that mining right away. And he's pushing across
Yeah,
the map with a quite a small force.
yeah, definitely a small force. Although it does have +1/1, so it's a bit stronger than. It could be a bit stronger than what meets the eye. We shall see. But mutas are out, and it might actually get caught off by these Marines here. Oh, he does pay attention. So close call there.
Yeah, you got to be careful with engaging mutas in this small of an area, and this is what I was worried about. The wrap around here, the Baneling is coming in. Is the splitting good? Oh, the focus firing is pretty good from Mystic, but okay, some great connections at the end. This is disaster, losing everything here. He's going to escape with the Medivacs, but still, so much loss from Mystic.
Yeah, definitely a win there for Vinna. Needs to retreat back, wait for his 36 Zergling reinforcements, move that into some Banelings as well, and I think he should be fine. Mistatek is decided to retreat. He decided, okay, I don't think I could defeat that army. He's going to go ahead and try to establish his third, but definitely needs to start making maybe some turrets, as well as start getting some tanks and marines.
Yeah. So that's the thing with Mystic losing that whole army is that this third could be in quite a bit of danger if Vin decides to go in there with the tanks not set up. Looks like he's sending an Overlord to scout it. That might be what he's going to try to pounce on here. And the worker count getting quite high for Vin as well. He's up to close to 70 with... He's going to be over that in a second when the next round of drone finish. But this is a scary economy for Vinna, and I'm really worried about that third base um, from Mystic. Luckily, he's going to pick up here with these Marines, so that was a very undermanned position.
Yeah, definitely did not want to lose that because this is pretty much his whole army here. So gotta be careful. Does not want to lose this, or else you could be in really big trouble here. Now the thing for Mystic is that he got his +2/2 on the way, while Vinna has I think he only had +1 armor. He's not decided to research +2/1, so Mystic is going to be pretty ahead in upgrades, and we all know that upgrades with Bioforce is really strong just because of DPS.
Yeah, the upgrades will be strong, and throughout this period, even though Mystic has lost quite a bit of army, his production has been quite on point. He's tied an army supply. Okay, the next wave is popping out though. It's a lot of lings, so this engagement's going to be dicey for Mystic, but I think he has enough to pull it off. He's just got to be very careful and slow about it.
Oh, here we go. A little bit of a wrap around here. Really nice flank. But is it going to be enough? This is a lot of Bailings, though, and they roll in into the Bao army.
Wow. Okay, disaster for Mystic here. Although, well, somehow he survives, and Marines are pretty good against Mutas, so he's charging ahead. Okay.
Yeah, but I
First,
think the 2-2 just clicked in like just in time. So now Missitic is now going to go ahead and try to take out this fourth. Venna trying to use a reinforcement to clean this up, but I don't think he has enough.
wow. Yeah, Mystic is coming in here, and Vena spammed a lot of lings in there without morphing them into banelings, and that means that they're morphing now, but the bio train just keeps on coming for Mystic, and his army keeps getting louder. He's up higher. He's up about 30 army supply, doing a great job engaging this with small groups of bio. But taking out the fourth is a huge win for him here.
Yeah, now there is a few Marines left. There's a couple of mutas, but I think Marine reinforcement comes in, and I think, yeah, all the mutas are swiped off of the map. Now only links to defend. Trying to morph some banelings, but again, he's down by so much army supply. I don't think he has enough here.
The medevac cloud is real. He's up to 8 medevacs here, and when they get under a couple marauders, it looks like it's almost invulnerable here. Um, just to get an infinite number of shots off on these lings and banes. Pretty good splitting as well, not getting terrible detonations, and that +2 armor, you can definitely see it paying off here in this fight.
For sure. And third base just got sniped down. Now being down to 44 workers. Basically has no army left. And Mystic is going to go ahead and turn this around and claim this win here.
Wow, it's funny. Looks are deceiving in that fight down here. I was almost certain that it was going to be a roll for Vina. He got the nice wraparound engagement. I think maybe the key was it was a lot of Ling force, and maybe if he waited for one more Baneling and another chunk to be morphed into Banelings, could have gone a little bit differently here. But still, great production from Mastic. Gonna take that win.
Yeah, in addition, he actually engaged off creep, the one area where it was off creep. And so that definitely was not smart, um, not a smart move on the side of Vinda there. And that allowed Mistitek to just kind of win that battle overwhelmingly. So well done there.
And I think, like you said earlier, the harassment didn't go great for Mastic. So I think in a lot of ways that was um, Venice came to lose in that position, although it was still pretty close. But yeah, fun game from both players. Well played, both of you. And Mystic goes undefeated for the season. Congratulations, man. It means a lot to us as a team having you win every single week, and you should be very proud of yourself. And that was, he's kind of said in the past that he feels like some of his wins aren't as good. Um, but that was a good game, a quality game where it looks like you were in not a best position, but you had solid macro play to come back and win. So, and just great preparation as well. So, props to you, Mystic, and a great big thank you to you as well. All
All
right.
right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Snoopy.
All right. So here at the bottom left corner of the map, we have the orange Terran player from LiT. It is ready to burn.
And at the top, we have the blue Protoss player, first night Aftermath, in the diamond slot. It is John Goodman. Now you may know him as Reality. He's changed his name officially. but in our hearts, he will still be Johnny Boy. Um, but he has changed his name officially. He went full out. Name changes are kind of odd, but I think aren't they free now or something?
I think it's like one free name change per season,
Interesting.
and then like if you want to change it multiple times, you got to pay some type of fee or something.
I remember when it was, well, I think for a long time it was you got one name change and that was it.
Don't recall. I feel like it was one per season, like throughout the majority of
Yeah,
StarCraft 2, but I might be mistaken.
or maybe you had to buy it or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
All right.
Nemesis says Mystitic did work hard, practice and consulted often when in doubt about holding stuff. So yeah, he did definitely took it seriously, put in the work and effort. So and it definitely paid off as the results showed.
Yeah, I will say there's some debate. I am 94% certain that it wasn't once per season for since Wall, but who knows honestly. And
Are
that
you 94% or are you 94.2% sure?
you know what I think I'm gonna go maybe. I mean I could be convinced to 93, but 95. I mean I'm
Yeah,
pretty
someone
sure that
someone
it wasn't once a season because I remember thinking like name changes are. It could have just been me reading it wrong, but like name changes were an exclusive thing that you thought about carefully. But
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I remember that time. Yeah.
ooh, nice drone block from John Goodman, sick. Um, getting the probe in on the action too, nice. Oh,
All
sorry,
right, we
drone
do.
drop, drone block, I should say.
Oh, okay, yeah. We do have a Stargate, one of the more common openings for PVZ. I think at this point it's like almost expected by the Zerg player. I did notice that recently, for some reason, after the patch, two Stargate Phoenix has been kind of coming back into the normal now. Which pre-patch I didn't really see a lot of it, but I don't know, for some reason it's made its way back into the meta.
Yeah, you're right. I've seen that quite a few times from the high level players. Like you did the Koth too, but I saw that quite a few times. The double Phoenix and just Stargate play in general. I think that's the it was always pretty standard, but I think now even more people are doing it to the point where it's pretty much expected from the Zerg that the Protoss player will go Stargate. I wonder if well that isn't TVZ, but the prevalence of mutas coming out. Um, I don't know if the Phoenix has anything to do with that, but
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Phoenix has never been bad, really. I mean, it's been a skill. It's been a kind of a niche thing.
Yeah. Unfortunately for John Goodman, he's been scouting everywhere with that Phoenix. Finally, does scout the Overlord. He completely missed the Overlord with all that scouting pattern. And sometimes that happens. You can scout everywhere, but you just like missed it, like kind of unluckily. But we'll finally be able to get the Phoenix. I mean the Overlord. Now in the meantime, John Goodman has not scouted this. I don't think. But there is a bunch of Roach and Ravagers on the way. And what does he have? I mean, Warp Gate just finished. He does have a War Prism out. Did not make an Immortal. So this is going to be pretty scary, I think, for John Goodman here.
Oh yeah, this is quite a dicey situation here. No shield batteries as well. This is something that yeah, I would have liked to see him sending that Phoenix in right away to get the scout. But meanwhile, he's fighting here. He got one roach down with the zealots. He needs to hold on to get. Okay, the Robo Bay. He missed that Robo Bay. That was some precious seconds that was not producing an immortal. And if he can micro the life out of these um, adepts, then he maybe has a shot. And saves a lot of the probes, so that's something. And charge is done. Okay, so he has a shot, but still, this is so much mining time and so much damage done. We've got 30 lings on the production tab as well.
Yeah, for sure. Now, one little trick you could do is actually use the Warp Prism to power these gateways. But I think, yeah, he should be fine. So, but definitely did do some economic damage, but not as much as he probably wanted. I feel like John Goodman is not too bad of a shape. He's still okay.
Oh, Link's coming in. It's bad.
Oh yeah, this is bad. Did not re-wall that with a depth or a charge lot there.
And not drilling with probes as well. Going to lose quite a few of them. Um, Luckily, a lot of those Lings are aggroing onto the Immortal, and if John Goodman is aware of it, then he can just... Oh, he loses the Immortal and was full of Zealots. That's terrible for him. Oh, man, this is just going bad on so many levels for him. The Lings should not be in here in the first place. You need to get that wall short up, John. But, yeah, that's very unfortunate that he took even more losses there. Like you said, I think that John was actually in a decent position before. He's still definitely not over because look at how many drones Ready to Burn has had to cut to get to this position. But if he didn't lose that additional probes and stuff, he would have been all right. Although this push coming across from John Goodman with charge lots could be quite strong. Although think if had one Immortal here would be even stronger.
Yeah. Oh, but he's engaging with a few zealot. He's kind of throwing them one by one. Okay, he needs to kind of group them up a little.
Yeah, piecemealing in here, and although decent
There we
angle
go.
separating some of the Lings, I like that. And we've got a couple Zealots going in into the third. Decent engagement here. Still mostly Zealot one adept, but I think that the production isn't there. A lot of larvae still have to be used, and this is really it for Ready to Burn. He committed a lot to that attack, and looks like John gonna get a win, snap his losing streak that he's had this season, and get a win here. That's very nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he went for Hydralisk, and Zerglings were not really good against charge lot. He needed to make a bit more roaches than Hydras and Lings. So that kind of spelled out his doom there, as he did not have the best unit composition to deal with these charge lot. And now, wow, he's down to like, yeah, 10, 10 supply.
Yeah, this game is over. GG is called, and PsiX will make it 2-2.
Yeah, definitely a close call there, especially with the little Zergling run by into the main. But luckily for him, he managed to pull it through, get a good win there, and tied up.
And yo, we've got Kai Boy in the chat. Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a billion years. Feels like.
Yeah.
Played in CTL a couple seasons ago. I think there was one time where he did a prank where was it Kai Boy or was it Smokey? I don't remember, but it was one of them where it was the season final where it was 3-3, and he was the results were coming in. He was the last game, and
Oh yeah.
he told
It,
like one
it
person that
was
they won. Or was that Smokey?
yeah, it was Smokey.
Oh, okay, I got confused.
Yeah.
But anyways, long story short, he thought made us all think that he had lost, and we were just all despairing. And then he came in and and revealed, like, I think a day later, that he had actually won, and it was pretty funny. So, but okay, that wasn't Kai Boy, that was Smokey. But just I think they were playing around the same time, so it made me remember. But Kai Boy, man, I haven't seen. Has he been around? I haven't seen him in chats, or I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in chat, so really nice to see him around.
Long time member, old school.
Oh yeah, he's been here. He's been around for a while, so
Oh yeah.
yeah, definitely a OG member. Let me go ahead and just actually give a cheer for John Goodman for that good win there.
And yeah, it says Kai Boy says been traveling for work, starting to play a lot more again. Glad to hear that, man. It's glad to have you back. Hopefully, did the bits show up on stream? Hopefully they did. If there we go, I see him. Cool. And all right, should probably start this game up. And there's John in the chat. Feels good.
Yep. I wish Zeno was here because this is his favorite map,
Oh,
as
yeah.
Nemesis pointed out earlier. Now, unfortunately for Zeno, he was not able to play in the last few weeks of CTL. because he actually got promoted to Diamond One, which is was really unfortunate. I think we could have used him in the Diamond Two and Three slot, but
Yeah, that was very unfortunate indeed. Um, yeah. All right. So for game number 5 here, on Lost and Found, we've got the Orange Terran. For Lit, it is Honey Badger.
and spawning at the top right, we have our pink Protoss from Psionic Aftermath. She is our DT queen. She is Nemesis.
Honey Badger, been around for a while, got a lot of history with him. I think he's a nice guy, and yeah, but just ton of one of those CTL kind of names that swirls around in the ether of the myths of the legend. Or I don't know what I'm saying. The ethos of CTL history. He's been there a long time. Confed member, joined Lit a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Not too long ago. So yeah, good to see him here with Lit.
Yeah, and looks like we have a pretty standard opening from both players here. Not gonna go ahead and cheese. Now remember, these are the days where Terran cheese were. Oh, actually, as I say this, he's gonna throw down
Speaking
a
of the devil,
second. Yeah, he's gonna throw down a second barracks. Now, like I was saying, these were the days where Terran proxies were more prevalent in TVP. Now with the of course with the patch, cyclones aren't as strong, so this has been less proxies in TVP. I mean, it's still around, but not as common as pre-patch. But anyhow, looks like Honey Badger's gonna throw down a third barracks here. Gonna go for some type of marine here, all in maybe. Pretty interesting. Unfortunately for Nemesis, I don't think she scouted this. So she's kind of in the dark. Although, yeah, she scouted a regular barracks with supply depot, but she did scout the second supply depot, which is kind of a maybe an indicator that maybe there's a potential proxies, or is just Honey Badger just wanted to hide some tech or something. So she doesn't know for sure, but she is going for her classic proxy pylon in the side of the map with that uh, into Twilight Council into Dark Shrine. But will it be quick enough before this attack from Honey Badger commences?
yeah, this was back before S2S just absolutely embarrassed Maru here, and then the proxying dreams kind of fell out of that. Like that felt really good just to see proxying Terrans get shut down.
Yep. Concussive shells are about to be done with them on the way as well. So this gonna hit hard, pretty hard. So if Nemesis does not actually scout this pretty soon, she's gonna be in a bit of trouble here. But she does have that depth scout, so she now knows there's no natural. So there must be something going on. She does scout a few Marines, but with no CCs on the low ground and the natural, she gotta expect something is kind of fishy here.
Thank you, Pitfall, for the 11 bits. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Pitfall. Always trying to one up me
Yeah, I
in the
got
bit
one bits.
wars.
um, John saying, was therapy for all protesters around the world. Absolutely agreed. Never felt so good watching a BlizzCon series. Um, and yeah, this is gonna hit strong, like you said. There's gonna be an immortal out, however.
Yeah, and remember, Dark Shrine is actually about to be done here. It's about 75% done. So that's kind of the timing of these stims. So I think she might have a DT or two out before uh, the stim attack is going to commence here. It is going to be close though.
Yeah, Stim, and is he actually gonna wait for combat shields? Probably. I think if there's 2 Immortals out, he's probably fine here. Or she is probably fine, I should say.
Yeah. Now, if she even loses the natural, I think she'll be okay as long as she doesn't like lose her whole army here. But oh, this is a really strong attack. The
Oh,
mortal gets
losing the
sniped.
Immortal. Oh, that's so bad. Ouch.
Yep, second immortal does come out, but oh, she gotta be careful. It gets sniped
Oh,
immediately.
warping in right. The block. Okay, there is a DT warping in here, so that's gonna start to mow through. And meanwhile, DTs are coming in. Oh no, the depot is not raised for Honey Badger. And if Honey Badger had those raised, he could repair and kind of infinitely spy. GG is called, and wow. Okay, the defense looked scary there for Nemesis, but DT's pretty strong.
Yeah, and Honey Badger did not actually go for a orbital throughout that whole game, so he didn't even have a single scan to clean it up. So he knew immediately that he could not win that game.
Oh, that's funny. Not getting an orbital. Oh, that's unfortunate for Terran. Um, Suboptimal. So, wow, great play from our Diamond 2s, making me happy. Um, Winning.
Yeah, and now we got the first lead of the night here, 3-2.
I feel like in my in all my um, captain tenure, the D2 the D2 slots have been a struggle, and it was just really good to see them both pick up a win in this week, the very last week. So great play, you
Oh yeah,
guys.
for sure. Especially because Nemesis, throughout the whole CTL season, I mean, she only played a few, but throughout those few games, she didn't win any of them. So it was like really nice to see her win the last one, at least end the season with a win on a high note. So that's always a good feeling.
Absolutely. See Edgius in the chat. Good to see you, man. Um, Recent GM. All right. So that gives Sonic Aftermath, the good guys, a 3-2 lead coming into game number 6, the Diamond 1 slot. Okay, in the top corner of Blue Shift, we've got the Pink Protoss Bliss.
And spawning at the bottom left corner of the map, we have our orange Terran player from Psionic Aftermath. He is our Lord. He is our Savior. He is Terran Lord. So Terran Lord, one of our kind of mainstay diamond players in our D1 slot,
Yeah,
has played a lot of CTL in the past as well as the present, and hopefully in the future as well.
he is. Wait, he's back to Diamond 1, right? He's not. He didn't get promoted
Yeah,
to
he's.
Masters 3, right?
I. Oh wait, did he? I don't actually remember.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think he got promoted to Masters 3, maybe. Yeah, I
Okay,
think.
he's been on the edge. He's been on the bubble there for a while.
Oh yeah, he's actually Master. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, he got promoted to Master, back to Masters. He posted a image, I think, if I recall correctly.
And ooh, looks like Bliss gonna get that. Oh, the barracks finishes at the last second, clutch finish for Terran Lord. That's nice from Bliss to keep working on that SCV. Get that. That's a nice worker kill.
Yep, and looks like Bliss will go ahead and still zap away at that. He's gonna continue being annoying here.
If he gets 2 SCVs, man. This is the hero probe, and delaying the CC as well is very nice. Okay, Reaper is out, but probe deciding up. Probe waffling there. Could have maybe committed to that. But anyways, the SCV was close enough, so wouldn't made much of a difference. But the Reaper is now out, and it looks like throwing down a bunker. Okay. Will we see a very fast third CC? I know we saw that on Dreamcatcher. And that did not pan out well for Terran Lord.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like. Oh, actually another SCV kill. So kind of delaying SCVs from making that command center as well as Pokemon. Oh, actually, oh, almost got that Reaper. So nice, nice save there. Oh my God, is she? Yep, a third SCV. So things not going too well for Terran Lord here. Having trouble getting that CC up.
Yeah, so much utility from these early units of Bliss. He's going to actually lose a Stalker there. Um, but still with this Stalker, he can continue to poke around, get a Marine. I think that CC is going to finish. But oh no, he's going to get another SEV. And this is just insane delay here. Meanwhile, Stargate is about finished for Bliss. So we can get an Oracle out here and start to do even more harassment.
Yeah, this is really bad. Losing four SCVs in like 10-minute mark isn't too bad, but when you lose it at before even the 4-minute mark, that's kind of that's kind of tough there.
We've got a 8 worker lead for Bliss here, and his natural, of course, is up much faster, much better mining. The Oracle coming in here. There's not going to be a ton out for Terran Lord. It's going to be a Cyclone, but he's going to have to pull to. Okay, actually, if he builds them right away, turrets might be up in time because eBay just finishing now.
Yeah, but he actually scanned the Protoss base and just completely missed Stargate. So he's not even expecting a Oracle to be arriving. So I don't think he's even gonna make a turret here, which is gonna be pretty disastrous as this Oracle can actually get additional SCV kills. He's already down quite amount of workers. So with this Oracle, this is gonna be this is not gonna look too good here.
Yeah, and the Marine count is actually really low. You can see no Marines on the production tab. So Sir Boyd, he can engage the Marines too with the Oracle. The only problem is going to be mana. Um, going to prevent him from getting an absurd amount of kills. Going to fly back with the Oracle, keep it alive. But still, nice damage. We see another 3 kills, 4 kills rather, on that Oracle. So the worker
Yeah, and
lead, worker disparity continues to increase.
yeah, that's a substantial amount of worker difference there, 41 to 27, and that Oracle is still alive. He did not, Terminal did not actually kill it, so that Oracle can actually come in again and get additional SCV kills. But there are some Widow Mines and turrets at the mineral line, so this, oh, actually that was pretty close there.
Yeah, nice
Oh,
awareness from Bliss to know that that would have mine. He saw the very first lock on. You get a couple split second to react there, and he saw that he was in range, pulled out. So just threatening here. And meanwhile, looks like Bliss is poised to take a very fast third base. He's got a probe over there. We'll see if that's what he wants to do.
yeah. Now the good thing for Terminal is Bliss did not actually go for a dirt CC, not CC, dirt Nexus
Nexus.
yet. Finally sending a probe. Looks like he will finally get it. So, oh, actually, Orko trying to get some additional harass in the main here does not actually get too much done as there is a turret there as well as a few Marines. Now with so much delay here for Terran Lord with the SCV kills in the beginning and also the Orko having to deal with that, his upgrades actually really slow here, really late. Stim pack and combat shield just kind of around the halfway point. I think at this point he would have loved to go ahead and try to do a timing attack and maybe even snipe that third base, but oh, actually, I completely missed the drop here.
Yeah, that was really close to getting gunned down. One stalker shot away, but he missed it there. Getting blink as well too. So he's going to escape with that just barely, and actually might lose the Oracle too if he's not careful. It looks like he built one Phoenix, so that's going to be able to hunt this down and save the Oracle. In terms of army, though, we're about even. It seems like Bliss is at a pretty decent gate count. Or actually needs to increase that a little bit. Third Nexus seems okay. It seems to be okay, an okay time, but The army supply of Terran Lord is still at a pretty nice count.
Yeah. Now I think Bliss is only on 6 gateways. Definitely should want to add at least 2 more, especially because he didn't get the third and fourth gas. Just finally putting the assimilator on that in the natural. So probably want to go up to 8 gate at least. Now Terran Lord looking to go ahead and try to attack here. His upgrade just finished his impact. And now he is looking to attack, but he is tagged with the Orko, so Bliss has full awareness
Mm.
that this is coming.
And this is huge. We've got a long supply block for Bliss that just resolved. So that means his warp-in round's a little bit delayed. Okay, though it looks like Terran Lord's going to actually back off. Um, the army supply evened up pretty quickly, but still, and Bliss has a third base, but he's not mining too much from it. So it seems like Terran Lord is just going to try to wait it out and see if he can claw his way back in. He's taking a third behind moving out. I like this from Terran Lord. It's going to all come down to positioning with the Widow Mines. Can he get a strong position? Because the warp-in reinforcements from Bliss are going to be quite strong.
Yeah. Oh, nice revelation there by Bliss. But I think Bliss just might have too much here.
Yeah, okay, that Widow Mine shot was pretty good, but it also killed a lot of the medevacs as well. There are cannons here. There is an Archon about to be morphed. There's going to be reinforcements. So I think he will hold on to this base. Deciding actually there's no blink micro there. Just a massive panic blink. So this situation actually looks pretty bad for him. He could lose this third base. Wow, I thought that he was going to be able to keep that alive, but looks like just collapsing. The Widowmine shot were much in favor of Terran Lord, I guess, though I thought that losing all those medevacs would be crucial.
Yeah, the main thing is that the Widowmine did connect with all those charge blats, so he was able to just wipe them all and just deal with the blink stalkers. And battle army is generally pretty strong against just stalkers. So because they don't, you need something to buffer for them, and all those buffering charge blats just got evaporated by those widow mines. And now Terran Lord got his foot on the pedal and the driver's seat. Not only did he get the third base, but he also sniped the Templar Archive. This Templar Archive was made at that third base, so no more high Templars for him. Storm finished. Actually, he warped in 2 high Templars, but just before it got sniped, so you will at least have 2 storms possibly. But this is pretty weird because the army positioning is kind of out of position for Terran Lord here.
Yeah, Bliss needs to get something done here because his third is brutally delayed, and Terran Lord's army is very much in favor. This attack, it's a desperation attack for Bliss. He's so far behind in tech. Can these storms connect? Okay, the
Yeah.
first storm, okay, but gets the third CC. He needs to just recall. There we go. He's going to recall with the Templars as well, crucially.
Yeah, and this is a little bit of a mistake here by Terran Lord. Needed to get some map vision, at least the watchtower, or at least some marine spotters to see that army coming. He would have been able to save his CC if he sieged up his liberators and got into position. But unfortunately for him, Bliss got to snipe that rather easily, and now he's gonna look for the counterattack here.
Yeah, Bliska's still down quite a bit in armies, throwing away charge lots to these Widow Mines, and I mean, this is a small army from Bliss, although the micro potential is quite strong with the storms, so it's all going to come down to positioning for Bliss, but it's a very close... Ooh, he actually snipes a lot of these Widow Mines before they can burrow, so that's a nice pick off, but still losing a few units in the process. And he's up to, it looks like 8 gateways now. That's a decent number. And the third is finally established. So killing that third, I think, was the crucial move that Bliss needed to keep him in the game.
Yeah, definitely was the turning point. Now, Terran Lord's army is still pretty strong. He's at 100 army supply to 68 of Bliss. So this is his window. I think this is his chance to possibly do crippling damage, if not outright win the game, if he engages right. Because that storm is going to be huge during the engagement. So you got to be careful of that.
Yeah, in this position, Archons really aren't that good. The range is short. With this much Marauders, outrange the Archons so easily, and they snipe them down. So I don't like committing this much into the Archons. I would have maybe liked to see him invest his gas into getting some Archons out here. I'm sorry, not Archons, Immortals, getting some Colossus Tech, something like that. But I think in this next fight, these Archons are going to prove to be pretty inept.
All right, there are three Zealot force at the third of Terran Lord, but he's got his army positioned there, so he will be able to clean that up. But Terran Lord looking to find an opening here. He's gonna go ahead and try to siege up. Bliss gotta be engaging this really carefully because there are a few liberators there.
We've got just the Warpin reinforcements, just Archons here. This fight is so tough for Bliss to take this army composition. It's kind of odd how this has become the meta, but I feel like Terran Lord's so heavily favored with this composition as long as he's patient. Liberator Widowmine is such a great unit composition. Looks like Terran Lord's pulling back. I'm not sure why he's not forcing the issue here. Seems like he easily could.
Yeah, lost a liberator unnecessarily. Now he's got. Oh, well, he does have some ghosts, so if he could get some nice EMP, that might be a crucial win there. But he gets the all the EMP on the Archons instead in charge lot. He wants to get it on the High Templars. Ooh, with Storm there, so that's nice for Terran Lord. But definitely still want to get some EMP on those charge lot. I mean, not charge lot, the High Templars.
Okay, previous to this fight, there was quite an army supply lead. Oh, great storms! That was absolutely massive.
Oh,
And the mana on these High Templars is absolutely disgusting. He's got probably another 7, 8 storms here yet to go down on these SCVs. It's going to get sick here for a second. Oh my goodness. Um, yeah, Archons are good if basically the bio is just getting double storms and uh, just charging through here. This is really interesting. The Terran Lord, I think if he would have continued to force the issue up here, he would have won, or okay, at least would have been in a much better position. But instead, the walk back, he waited for the ghosts, and if you saw in the fight where he's pressing near the natural, he had about a 50 army supply lead, and now by the time he walked back and have his ghost, it was about even because he lost so much on the way home. So many straggling units and liberators unnecessarily. So, it very unfortunate loss for Terran Lord. I think he had several positions where he could have won in that game.
yeah. Now it's gonna be tied up 3-3, heading into the last set, which is gonna be the diamond, or not the diamond, the Master 3 or Master 2 set. So it's gonna come down to this last series.
All right, and we're going to be Pensai versus Waterbird. Man, what are your thoughts about that game? You think that was a pretty bad throw from Terran Lord, or just really great play at the end by Blisk?
I feel like it just really came down to the engagement, that one, the big engagement. If he added maybe some liberators, I think that would have been helpful. Because a battle army without liberators is kind of gets beat up really easily by Archon army, like a large Archon army. So, and especially with Storm as well, that those Storm just that was just brutal there. So yeah, I think also Terran Lord did not utilize a lot of drop play. I think that would have been nice, especially because his opponent Bliss did not have a lot of defense at his bases, so he could have definitely abused that. Use maybe send a Liberator or two to each base to siege up and affect the economy of Bliss. But yeah, just Bliss just took a really good battle engagement there.
Yeah, the economy of Blisk was on the ropes there for a long time because of that quick snipe early, and then but after that, really Terran Lord didn't force the issue anymore, and I think that was a mistake. So tough loss for Terran Lord. Lot to analyze there going forward. Okay, but for our very last series, so this is a best of 7, but this is the master set, which is a best of 3. If you're not familiar with the format, and the winner of this best of 3 will win the will team their team will win the match. So it's come down to match point here. Okay, in the top corner of Dreamcatcher, we've got the Red Zerg Sound Aftermath. It is Pensai.
And here at the 5 o'clock position, we have our blue Terran player from LiT. The Jeopardy question is, what is Articuno? He is Waterbird. By the way, for all of you Pokemon fans, out of Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres, right? Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. Which one was your favorite one?
Zapdos
Uh,
easily. No question there.
How come?
Well, okay, so I actually played the card game a lot, and Zapdos was quite a strong card in the original series. Or not the original
I
series,
see.
the Wizards of the Coast version. So
Uh,
Zapdos was, yeah. You know what? I It's funny because I played Pokemon, but what I played the most was the card game. So Zapdos definitely.
yeah, it looks like Kai was on your side as well, choosing Zapdos. For some reason, for me, I liked Articuno the best because it just looked more beautiful and majestic.
It's true. It's got a point.
It just looked more cuter. I think Zapdos is more scarier with the spikes, the electric spikes. His feather was spiky and stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like a
Moltres,
Protoss.
yeah, kind of. Moltres didn't look appealing aesthetically to me as much. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, bringing back so many memories. Okay. So, we've got a TVZ on Dreamcatcher, and looks like from Pensai he produced a few more links, because it looks like his third is delayed a little bit later than normal. Not huge, though.
Yeah. Now this map has the little kind of a cliff area, or I don't know what you call it, edge area where the overlords can hide in. So this allows Pensai to go ahead and see what any move out from Waterbird. There is currently a 2 Hellion Reaper. I think he's waiting for the second and third Hellion as well. Yep, there we go.
Hmm. I'm wondering if those units passed out of the range of the Pensai's Overlord. Anyways, looks like it's gonna get cleaned up. Waterbird getting a pulled Viking out and sniping that Overlord. Very cool move to see. And that's going to mean that he's going to be able to put a little pressure on this third base here with these Hellions coming in. He's going to actually try to get a few queens here, it looks like. Waffling. And going to lose a Hellion there, was targeting the hatchery. So kind of a whiffed attack there. Have a slight period of time where you can get a queen. But with a third queen here and with that many links, not going to be happening for Pensai. Pensai as well, going down, choosing a Roachhorn here.
Yeah, definitely well defended by Pensai. Actually, did not really lose much in that attack, but still got to be careful because this army is still out there, still can be a threat. So gotta be careful at least until the roaches comes out, which there are 7 on the way. Now, Pensai, as we were speaking about Mystic earlier, Pensai is also, like you said, one of the guys that has not lost throughout the CTL season. So has been playing pretty well. And actually, there is a little bit of a wraparound around these Hellions. Will he be able to get it? I think so close. Got one, but missed the other 2 there.
And this is a ton of pressure coming in here. Waterbird has the Viking, but didn't really patrol too far forward. But he's getting a bunker here. So hopefully he's going to realize now what sort of position he's in. There is a Liberator here, and this tank is out now. It looks like it's going to be just on time if he sieges it now. There was quite a bit of damage done here before the tank could siege up, although there's still a window of opportunity for Pensai to get things done. He needs to not just stream in lings willy-nilly. He needs to be a little bit more decisive. Um, but if he gets one of these bunkers down, which I think he will in a second, then he can absolutely flood in here before there's too much more out. Second
Yeah, it
tank is
looks like,
in, though.
yeah, that definitely would be able to hold this attack. It looks like Pensai has gone back to droning as he feels like he can't really break through, which is, I mean, it's kind of hard to break through two tanks with a wall there.
Yeah. And looks like upgrades coming out from Pensai and the drone count as well. He was behind in workers there. He invested quite a bit of larvae into that attack and didn't get anything done. Unfortunate, although that will delay Waterbird's third base from getting much. From being um, quick, and hopefully he can continue to deny that third before it comes in. But meanwhile, looks like Waterbird's getting some nice harassment here with these Hellions, getting a drop in, and a lapse of attention from Pensai. Gonna lose, it looks like an additional 8 drones, but that's a nice play from Waterbird.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was saying in, if you remember, in the Parasite game where I was talking about how you take the third right below the main. It's really easy for Terran to just harass the third and then just lift off and drop into the main. So that's why, it's, as a Zerg personally, I like to take the more 12 o'clock position base for, as a Zerg, so that those kind of drop maneuvers isn't as easy for Terran.
Yeah, it's a good point. Um, and it looks like Pensai here is transitioning into Spire. It's funny how that is now the meta, seems like, for GVZ. But will the Mutalisks be out in time to defend this push um, from Waterbird? And it looks like this is going to be a pretty strong force if he gets a strong tank siege. It's going to
Oh
come
yeah,
down to
that
positioning.
yeah, that positioning is so hard for Zerg there. Once those tanks siege up at that cliff area, it's like really difficult to break through. And even Bailey speed has not finished yet. He might just need to sack this.
He needs to try to hold it for a bit. Just be patient. Um, he's got some Mutalisks out so we can start harassing these tanks. But still, Baneling speed not done, like you said, can't really make any
Oh,
sort of offensive.
that corrosive bot did get a good amount of medevacs there, so that's a good pick off. But still, a lot of unit for Waterbird here, and really great positioning too.
Yeah, that third looks like it's gonna go down. Luckily, he transferred all the drones, so not the end of the world. We got a lot of lings in the production tab. It looks like Pensai is gonna try to make a stand here, but the economy of Waterbird is rolling here. He's on 3 bases pretty comfortably and got nice production. He is supply capped at the moment, but it looks like Pensai is gonna go for a counterattack here. It's kind of what I was thinking. See if he can catch some of these reinforcements off guard. He's gonna get on top of the tank here and split the army of Waterbird up.
Oh, kind of an awkward engagement. He's getting a flank from the other side there. He needs to kind of retreat now. But oh my god, so many Marines here.
Yeah, that was okay for Pensai. He got a lot of tanks, but he also lost quite a few drivers. Actually, these tanks kind of out by themselves. This is an opportunity for... Okay, Pensai does not notice in time. But now Pensai can possibly roll around to this third location. But it looks like Waterbird has plans to go and hit that other third. So Pensai is going to have to stay home and defend if he doesn't want to lose his key mining base right now.
Yeah. Now Warbird is gonna have to be careful because now Baneling speed has finished compared to the first big attack, and he needs to split.
Ooh, not. There were no splits to be seen there, and these tanks just munch, munch, munch. Okay, so great Baneling connection there at the end too, but at the same time, it looks like what Yeah, that was the army of Pensai. Okay, so that's it. And this base is going down. So bad news bears for Pensai's here.
Yeah, the rest of his mutas was actually across the map, hitting the dirt base of the Terran. So now he's only left with Lings to defend this. And it's just barely enough. But again, he lost his base once again. So he's going to go ahead and try to double hatch. Muta's still trying to. Oh, actually, might get the CC. But I think these Marines will reinforce in time and save it. Maybe. Oh, it's going to be close.
I think it's gonna,
Ah,
yeah, it's gonna
yeah, he
burn
got.
down anyways. So, but nice pick up from Pensai. But it might not matter here because Pensai has lost so much. Okay, although he's holding on. I mean, he's still expanding, and he's trying to make this game as scrappy as he can. But the army of Waterbird right now is definitely scary.
Ah, yeah, those mutas trying to keep the Terran army at home, but looks like Waterbird is just going straight across the map, going for the kill here. And again, like you said, there's not much for Pensai. He threw most of his army away earlier.
And those
This is gonna be
Mutilisks are
tricky.
taking some hits in the main as well, and this base is doomed right now.
So Pensai trying to morph in as much banelings. Now, if he can clean up the Marines, the mutas can clean up the rest of the tanks. So his main objective right now is just to clean up the Marines, and he could get the rest of the tanks. But it's going to be pretty difficult here because there is a good pre-spread.
And the tanks are leading out of the buffer. Ooh, each tank shot Pensai eats is units that he can't readily replace. Um, Pensai is long distance mining right now, and Waterbird doing the same but has a much better income. And GG is called with the mining base continuing to go down. Waterbird will take game number 1.
Yeah, that was a very back and forth game. But in the end, I think just that cliff area with, or actually even before that, when Pensai attack or attempted bust did not work out, he sacrificed a good amount of drones and economy for that attack, but did not was not able to really get much except one liberator. And so after that, it's kind of snowballed because Waterbird went for the counter attack, follow up attack, and with that cliff area with tank siege, it's just really hard for Zerg and even Protoss as well to break that. So hopefully with a better map like Cerulean Fall, maybe Pensai can kind of bring it back home.
Yeah, that's a tough. Um, I think that Pensai had an opportunity, maybe to make that push happen if he tried a second time. Sorry, that the very first bus that he sacrificed a lot of drones to. But he chose not to risk it and played it safe. And then he was on the back foot for quite a while. But like you said, back and forth game, and great job to both players. Okay, for game number 2 of this best of 3, it is Pensai in the bottom corner as the Red Zerg.
And in the top right, we have our blue Terran player from LiT. It is Waterbird. Alrighty, Cerulean Fall, one of the maps that are still in the ladder map pool, which I like pretty much. I think it's a pretty good map. I think mainly because the natural is actually easy to wall off as a Protoss, and I'm a Protoss player, so I like that. So I mean, we'll see what Pensai and Waterbird does, but I expect Waterbird to kind of wall off that natural, uh, just to at least defend against, like kind of last game, defend against those aggressive attacks of Pensai if he decides to choose to do so. But it looks like Pensai so far just going to go open up kind of without any. I mean, going to open up without any cheese or aggressions. Of course, we will see after that spawning pool is done if he decides to plot down a roach warren or a billings nest. But yeah, it will be up to Waterbird to scout that, of course.
Thank you, Pitfall, for the additional bits. Thank you very much. Up to 21 for tonight. We got also Kia. Thank you for the bits, 20 bits. And Snoopy. So Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And we'll see. It looks like the drone coming out from Pensai, he might want to take a very crisp 3 base. This is looking like that.
Yep, definitely looks like it.
And at 230 would be 226. That's a quite fast third. So I like that call on Cerulean Falls to go for a macro play.
Yep. As I said before, taking those drones off the gas allows you to kind of mine more minerals to be able to throw down that hatchery a bit quicker and faster, even before the Reaper can even come and stop it as well. But yeah, it looks like just pretty much both players are macroing up. Although Waterbird is actually going for a looks like a 1-1-1 build here.
Yeah, we'll see Pensai with this fast third. It's really going to come down to his scouting of his own. He's got an Overlord here. He's going to want to send that into the main at some point. I'm sure he will, to see what Pensai is doing. The 2-on-1 is a build that it all relies on really good timing. So we'll continue to watch if Waterbird does this well. He doesn't get supply blocked and gets the production out he needs to. And if it works, then it can be quite strong. Although it looks like he's going for a Viking first to clear out Overlords, and then maybe he'll go for that after he clears the scouting Overlord. But either way, he's going to get that Viking out, and the Overlord of Pensai floating into the main right now. And so scouting going to get denied very shortly.
Oh yeah, but he does see the starport on the tech lab, so that's good for him. He does see the cloak, but of course it could be just a fake out. Might be a cancel right afterwards, and he does cancel it. So a little bit of a mind game going there for Waterbird, and that's gonna force Pensai to possibly throw down some spore crawlers to defend against this, because he doesn't know for sure. I mean, he could suspect it, but you gotta throw down those spores just in case he does go through with the Banshee. And oh, Hellions trying to get some drones. I think it gets one drone there. Yeah, one drone for with those Hellions.
Bliss in the chat, we did already cast yours. Good game, man. Thank you for tuning in. LiT member. And be sure to check the VOD for that. Okay. So it looks like with the 4 queens here at this third base, we'll be able to push those Hellions away, not taking too much economical damage yet. We've got, only 1 drone lost, so nice save. Or nice defense, I should say. And it looks like a pretty quick third CC coming out, and the reactor is on that starport. So, and stim as well. So this could be a stim drop timing.
All right, looks like Waterbird gonna go ahead and start getting his upgrade, throwing down those 2 engineering bays, while Pensai is doing actually a really good job spreading creep in all directions. He's got 3 queens, readily throwing down creep, as well as spawning larva as well. So really nicely done there by Pensai. That's gonna allow him to go ahead and spot any move out from Waterbird, especially on this map, because this map doesn't actually have any watchtowers that you can park your lings at to get extra visions. And with that Viking out as well, Overlord's spread is going to be kind of difficult to gain vision there. So want to actually throw out some maybe spotter lings, or use the creep tumor to detect where the army is, which he is exactly doing right now.
Yeah, he's going to clear some of those active tumors, which is nice pickup here. And Trillion Ball.
Oh.
Almost got actually got the wraparound on 2 or 3 of those Hellions, and the last one too. So wow, nicely done, Pensai.
Yeah, so that's gonna be less harassment from Waterbird, so he can actually Pensai can freely just throw down a creep tumor without having to worry that it's gonna get sniped off. Or he could also have less stress worrying about some Hellion run by into his bases, getting some extra drone kills. So he can feel pretty safe about that for now, at least.
And tech choice for Pensai. Haven't seen. Sorry, we have a Hydro Sen, and it looks like he's getting range on that as well. So it's going to be Hydroling Bane. Not going to be the Muta style here. I think Hydroling Bane is a very good style. What we used to seeing before the patch.
Yeah, after the patch, they kind of decreased the attack speed of Hydralisk, so they kind of got a little bit of a nerf there. So I don't expect to see as much Hydralisk Ling Bing play after post patch, but of course this is pre patch, so still pretty strong.
Yep, and it looks like Waterbird is sieging up the tanks. This is a very strong tank position here. Gonna get the wraparound, but there's a lot of Lings here, and I don't think Waterbird's gonna be able to get anything done. Ling's wrapping around on the tank, and these are slow. These are Waddle Banelings. They do not have hooks yet. That's just gonna finish now, but still a great engagement. Meanwhile, also some Lings slipped into the third. Gonna get cleaned up eventually,
Oh.
but still nice harass.
Yeah, did not actually get the full wall off at that third. Definitely want to have that, but even before that happens, Pensai looking to get some damage done here, but just yeah, those army of Pensai just kind of coming in one by one, so was not really executed smoothly there. So Warbird will be able to hold that off and finally start completing that wall there. Especially with Banelings out, you do not want any openings in that wall for Banelings to just roll in and kill all your SCVs.
Yeah, that's. Um, I don't like that attack from Pensai. It was a little bit just kind of hasty, throwing those units out there. But luckily, it's only Lings, so can remake very quickly. And right now, Army Supply is tied. Pensai has a small worker lead, and creep spread's going to be a big factor here. So, and this is Biotank from Waterbird as well. So, like I said earlier, Biotank is just a style from Terran that is can be very strong if you execute it well, but also can go disastrously for Terran if you have just a very short lapse of kind of vision and judgment with your tanks and marines. Can go very poorly for you. Pensai is coming back here. Looks like the tanks are going to siege on the low ground. There is only 3 tanks, and he's getting some damage here, but this is a strong army of Pensai. It's a lot of Hydralisks. Looks like he's going to wait for the next round of Lings before he attacks.
Yep, and he does go for the little surround there. Really nice surround. The tank doesn't do as much splash damage, and it gets surrounded and cleaned up rather easily. All tanks are gone, and just a few Marines left. Trying to get into the main, but I think he should be able to hold that off rather easily there.
Yeah, that's nice patience from Pensai as well. Waiting till the next round of Lings to not just throw all of his Hydras at tanks. Even if you have a army supply lead, it's not an efficient engagement. So nicely done there.
Yeah,
And
now Waterbird wishing to get that recall ability from Processor. Recall these 3 medevacs stuck in the corner here.
yeah,
Wouldn't that be nice?
I think he can. Could he actually boost and get out? I think there's airspace back here.
No, not there.
Like no, he can go. He can continue to go toward the edge of the map for another foot, right?
Nah, it doesn't. It will get
Oh,
sniped
I
down by
see. I
the
see.
Hydralisk.
I'm sorry. I'm in zoom mode. I'm getting.
See, yeah.
That's right.
So it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's as far as he can go back. I mean, he could go through the middle. Just try to. I mean, he'll lose like maybe one, but anyhow, looks like Pensai going for that counterattack, morphing in a bunch of 28 Banelings here. Oh, actually, he's gonna look to go ahead and retreat there as he saw the kind of setup of Waterbird. Does not want to lose his whole army there. I mean, at this point, he's got the hive tech going. He got greater spires, and it actually gets scanned. So whatever does scouts wants to throw additional starport now to get that Viking count up and start producing them so that he can defend against the Brewlords, the potential Brewlords. 8 corruptors on the way here, so definitely needs those Viking pretty soon here.
Yeah, strong call from Pensai, and continues to expand, getting a 5th base up as well. Waterbird still on 3. He's trying to secure a 4th. I do not think that's going to, or Pensai is going to be able to threaten that. I would actually like to see him up there with some units to try to deny that. The tanks are getting in a siege position, but the armor of Pensai could easily run in there and get some damage. Only 3 tanks, not enough. And like we said, creep spread for Pensai is top notch as well. Actually, some of those creep tumors getting killed by the tanks. It's very strong.
Yeah, the only one area though I think is at the middle left and also the bottom right, which a 2 medevac marine is about to hit. So looks like the army might need to retreat here to defend against this.
Pensai is wrapping around to the other edge of the third here, try to get some damage. There are some tanks there, so wants to be careful.
Yep.
The army of that attacking force did get shut down. That was dropping into the third of Waterbird, and also Pensai gets pushed back at the opposite third side.
Yeah, I think Pensa just wanted to throw some units away to make to open up some more army space to make those brood lords, because brood lords actually took up some supply and he was maxed out. And oh, actually these ghosts and Vikings, there's actually no buffer for these brood lords here, and they're kind of getting picked off one by one. Okay, now reinforcement does come here just in time.
Yeah, okay, that was actually a little bit sloppy from Pensai. There's just Broodlords there, but now there's too many Broodlords, and now there's some buffer in the front, like you said. And GG Pensai is gonna make it 1-1.
Yeah, does keep his hope alive. So it's all coming down to this very last game to determine who will win this third place match.
Yep, and it's gonna be on Lost and Found. Okay, thank you everybody for tuning in, watching. Appreciate it. Got some fluctuating viewers, but hope you're enjoying it, and hope that I think I know John. A couple people watched it, but if you're watching the VOD, just want to, before we get into this game, give a huge shout out to everyone who's already played. You guys are awesome. If you're watching the VOD, big appreciation to everybody who played this week. Okay.
For sure.
This is the very last CTL replay cast of the year and the very last game of the year for us, for me and Snoopy, casting these replays.
Yep.
And it's gonna be nice to have a break, but it's been a ton of fun as usual. Okay, speaking of that last game, here it is. It's a ZVT on Lost and Found, and the red Zerg in the top corner for Psionic Aftermath. It is none other than Pensai.
And spawning at the bottom left, we have the blue Terran from LiT. It is Waterbird. Yeah, so like you mentioned, it's gonna be pretty nice to get a break because, to be honest, CTL does require a lot of effort and commitment and dedication. So, kind of nice to just relax, chill from that.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of CTL. I think, especially, it's awesome, but it definitely, there's a lot more to do. There's like official things you have to submit and all that stuff, and it's amazing. It's super fun, but it will be nice to have a break over the holidays of not having to worry about that, and be refreshed for another season in January. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, running a team league, captaining a team league is any team league is rather difficult, but just because of the format of CTL is a little bit extra hard because there's a bit more preparation and effort that you need to put into with and then it's like like 7 players or something. Oh yeah, 7 players I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's even more because in the regular clan war or team league, you usually have like maybe 4 or 5 at most.
right.
But
Yeah,
with CTL, it's like 7 players each week, with the scouting and uh, lineup preparation and all that.
yeah, for sure. It's I also gotta give props to the admins in CTL. In my opinion, CTL is the best run league. It has the best rules and the best systems for sort of the governing or how it works. So just really got to give some love to the admins who work hard and make it a very fair and fun league as well. Okay, but getting into this game, it looks like Waterbird is keeping his Reaper alive, getting a few lane kills, and we have a later third from Pensai.
Yeah. Now this is a little bit of a variation because remember last game, he got the same quick third, but he did pull two drones off of gas. This time around, he's actually uh, remained his drones at the gas, still getting the speed as well. So we might see maybe some type of aggression coming out from Pensa, maybe mass ling attack because that third base will provide him with extra larva to use with the lings. But for now, he looks like he's just gonna drone up for now, I guess. So I'm not sure what he's exactly what he's planning, but yeah.
And it looks like Waterbird, instead of going for Banshee or something like that, is going to go for a Viking again. It's an interesting choice. We see Banshee a decent amount, especially with this mech play, the early mech play, before the barracks get out. And But the thing is that the Pensai is still getting all the scouting he needs to here. Sees everything important. So it's a oops, I'm sorry, I hit the B key again. My bad. I'm trying to hit vision key and I missed it. All right, it's gonna go. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back in time. But I like the Viking. It's a really nice touch. Clearing overlords and giving you some early map presence is nice.
Yep, and playing that same mind trick, switching the starport to the tech lab to fake it, force Pensai to maybe get some spore crawlers. But he actually went for a second gas rather quickly, went for some roach. So we might actually see some roach production here rather soon, and maybe going across the map here, or it might just be for some defensive roach. We're not sure. Depends on how many roaches he commits to. But if we see a lot of roaches on the production tab, you can expect. Oh, actually, with four overlords, I think he might go for a big attack here. Actually,
It was looking like it. Maybe he's going to do that same build he went for. This is actually looking very similar to Game 1 on Dreamcatcher, where he's going for that bust. Thank you for the hosts, guys. Some people hosted for a couple viewers. I thought it was a scan sound, but it was actually the hosting sound on Streamlabs. So thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Got a couple viewers. Um, I did not see your names, so but thank you for it. Um, yeah, and we've got Corruptors, not Corrupt. I keep saying, okay, Ravagers coming out for Pensai, and there's not a ton here. Okay, actually, as I say that, I'm wrong. There's a bunker and a tank out, but unlike Dreamcatcher, this is not a ramp up, so there's still a lot of possibilities. And it actually opens the depot. Why in the world? Okay, um, that looked really sketchy. Yeah, one of those tanks is down to 23 HP, and it was actually attacking the plates. That tank is going to go down very quickly. Well, this has been handled very poorly from Waterbird so far. And Pensai rolling through here. There's actually a gap there, and this is going so bad for Waterbird.
yeah, even taking out the Liberator, and now there's only one more tank left. If he can get close to it and corrosive ballot, I think he might have it, but he's trying to. But the SCV is being pulled. I think either way, he got good enough damage. Maybe 11 workers killed so far. Tax still going in. More Zerglings coming across and streaming across the map. More SCVs being pulled. Can he defend this? It's going to be pretty close. He might even actually get this third. Oh no, he needs to lift that third CC. Oh, he loses it, and he's just gonna go ahead and GG. Actually, wow, he just GG's rather quickly. So
Yeah, there was a tank there, but losing that third CZ is pretty big, and the Ling stream was pretty strong. Wow, that was impressive. Kind of a bungle defense there, but strong play from Pensai as well. That's a good all in. I like it. Or not all in. It's a
yeah,
good play.
Yeah, good timing attack. But anyhow, looks like Pensai will secure that second win, which means Psionic Aftermath will win it 4-3 and end the season at the third place.
Let's go. We did it. All right, guys. That's super impressive. Third place. It's awesome. Um, and yeah, ready to go for first place again next season. We'll enjoy the break, but once again, I want to give a huge thanks to. I feel like I'm repeating myself too many times, but from last week. But huge thanks to all the staff. Everybody, Civic Cup, Azure, you, um, tons of people, just who help in every week, um, to have people prep for their matches. Zeno, it's a big group effort. It's a ton of work behind the scenes. I can't do all of it. I try to do my best, but it's an absolutely massive effort, and it's really cool. And that's one of the things about CTL. Couldn't quite get it this time, but we know that in 6 to 8 weeks from now, there will be a whole fresh another season ahead of us to kill it again. So that's super amazing, super encouraging, and you guys made this possible by playing very well, and I am very proud of everybody who for helping us make it this far. Okay, I could go on and be long-winded for hours, but Snoop, you got anything else to say before I close this out?
I mean, yeah, you said pretty much of it. Thanks to all the players that played this season, and yeah, thanks everybody for tuning into this finals. And see you guys next season as well.
Yep, as always, everybody, and just give a special shout out to Kai Boy. Great to see him back. That's great to see somebody who's just a long-term old school member back. But yeah, thanks to everybody watching. Hope you will have a fantastic week, and actually a fantastic holiday season. Wish everybody Merry Christmas and a great next month. So yeah, because we will not be doing these casts because there will be no replays for a while. So we will see you guys when that season starts up. But I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a great time. Okay, take it easy, guys, and we'll see you later.